Hey Gear Facts friends, I'm really excited to be bringing you another video about the Yamaha DJX, the original version. And before we start, let me ask you this question. Why do we buy instruments and why do we play music? The answer is because it's fun, and that's what the DJX gives us. Masses and masses of fun. Most of the sound in that intro was from the DJX, but this is what you hear when you first turn it on. And that's a bit of a turn off, but the trick is to dig deep and find out what's inside these beats. So the DJX gives us 100 electronica rhythms that are really good, but you have to dissect them if you're going to get really creative. Some of the beats sound a bit dated, so you have to experiment with the dynamic controls. These controls can take you a long way from the original sound, and sometimes the experiments don't quite work. And sometimes things really fall into place. Of course, none of these are complete compositions, but you can see how the DJX would fit in with a modern setup. Minimalist backdrops like this could make a really good first layer for a bigger composition. You can probably hear a bit of noise in the background, and to be honest, it is quite hard to get a clean recording. So noise is something you have to watch out for. My personal solution is just to add heaps of distortion. So the distortion kind of swallows up the noise and makes it part of the music. There are lots of effects available with the DJX. Let's have a listen to some reverbs. I'm using the ribbon controller with my left hand there to control the depth of the reverb. and selecting different types of reverbs with my right hand. You can apply a different effect level to every different layer of your sequence. Let's experiment with various delays. Let's move on to the Arpeggiator. There aren't that many arpeggio patterns to choose from, but they're all pretty good. Okay, let's move on to the sampler. The DJX's sampler is very simple, but it's surprisingly effective. As with any other sound, you can use the dynamic controls, as well as effects, and even the Arpeggiator. Check out this amazing result. It's a matter of personal taste, but I think that sounds like a much more classy synthesizer. Let's hear some cutoff and resonance with that. And now let's cancel out the melodic parts of the default rhythm, just leaving the drum beat. On this particular DJX, the pitch bend controller is thoroughly broken, but the ribbon controller can get you around that problem. In fact, I find it considerably more expressive. A pitch bend wheel can't really do that. Let's have a listen to some more effects. So apart from reverb and chorus, there are about 35 DSP effects. And when it comes to sound, most of them are just the general MIDI set, maybe with a few extra ones from Yamaha's XG set. But very conveniently, the first 155 sounds are all very electronic in nature and very well related to the dynamic controls. You can add a dual layer with one touch. You can get some interesting combinations. Just changing the layered sound. Leaving the main sound unchanged. Still a bit hard to pull away from that 90s vibe sometimes though. Then again, that might be exactly what you want. The sounds aren't all that harsh though. This one's called Insomnia, and you see it a lot on Yamaha keyboards. And its personality really changes when you adjust the attack time. And it shows that the DJX can be soft and subtle as well. Thanks again for watching Gear Facts, friends. Of course, that's not all the DJX has to offer. There is a whole lot more. There are a lot of hidden features and discoveries to make along the way as you explore the DJX, and it does take a lot of exploring. So don't be surprised if I give you more videos about the classic Yamaha DJX, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.